Hey, what's up guys? I'm Evan Kaufman. Today we're going to be talking about some creative direction that I did for Danielle Bradbery. So first of all, Danielle's new music and new sound is really coming from a point of view that an artist really gets with age. So a big part of this rebrand or new creative direction really had to be something that felt a little more mature, a little more like an artist really coming into themselves. The first step in anything like this is to always talk with your artist. I like to talk with the artist, get them on the phone, get them on a Zoom call, meet in person whenever possible. But I always like to talk with them first and really pick their brain on where they were when they recorded this song, when they wrote this song, when they wrote this entire album, kind of what was going on in their head. And I really like doing that before pitching them any ideas that I have. I really want to hear where they're at, and I want to kind of permeate on those ideas and then build out a deck or creative references from there. So step one, meet with the artist. Talk with the artist, hear them out. Let them do most of the talking. Don't pitch anything, just hear. So artists kind of typically handle this in two different ways. There's a lot of artists who really don't have a very clear vision on what they want to do visually with the music that they have, right? So they kind of leave that up to somebody like me who can kind of help fill in the gaps. But in this case, Danielle had a very clear and very specific vision. And I got to give her credit because she actually did a mood board that was wild. It was like so dialed in. It was absolutely perfect. So as you guys can see here, looking at the mood board, she really had a strong sense of vintage fashion with this. There's a lot of inspiration pulled from cinema, which I thought was really, really cool. A lot of kind of this old kind of off the cuff vintage film photography. Leans very heavily into like kind of old film stocks, a lot of grain, some light leaks. One other thing that she had lined out on this that I thought was super rad was this vintage film typography. A lot of stuff taken from like, there's some Tarantino references in here. There's some kind of old school Hollywood stuff in here. I really liked all this stuff a lot. There's a really clear sense. A lot of the time what can happen with this is you can get, if you're lucky enough to work with an artist who kind of has all of this dialed in already, a lot of the time what can happen is they're going to give you a deck and it's like, it's a lot of competing creative ideas. So what I thought was so cool about this was that everything that she had pinpointed on this felt very, very much like it all works together in perfect creative harmony. So after I reviewed this and looked over everything, it was time to talk again, and we talked kind of specifically about the photo shoot, about who should actually be doing the photos. There was a lot of names of photographers being passed around who were all fantastic, whose work I loved, but I really pushed pretty hard for a photographer named Cece Dawson. I hadn't worked with Cece in the past, but I had been a fan of her work for a long time. She'd done some really cool stuff with Lainey Wilson. She's worked on some stuff with Keith Urban. But even beyond that, even beyond having the right body of work, I wanted to make sure that we hired a photographer whose presence on set, whose tone, whose persona would really complement Danielle's. Because a lot of the time when an artist is working in a new creative direction, it can be a little daunting. Like a lot of the stuff that we did for the shoot, because we wanted to feel more mature, more glamorous, some of the stuff leaned a little bit sexy, and I wanted to make sure that Danielle was in a position where she would be comfortable and not feel awkward. And Cece's amazing. Cece came in, she's fun to be around, she's laid back. I think everybody got along well. The vibe on set was really, really good. Danielle's hair and makeup was done by Beck Weiner, and the shoot was styled by Krista Roser. So we shot around downtown Nashville, we shot at the Hermitage Hotel. So I really like being as hands-on as I can with a lot of these things and like to have some kind of like physical involvement in it, whether I'm taking the photos, whether I'm designing, whether I'm doing something. I really like being involved if I can. So in this case, when it came time to design the single art, I jumped at it. So kind of already had a vision for it in mind. Danielle sent 3 or 4 of her top picks, and it came out nice. I'm really proud of it. I really like the direction. I think just in terms of where we started from Danielle's mood board to where we ended, I think everything looks very much in sync, very much in that vein, and I would call that a win. It should definitely not go without being said, Big Machine Label Group helped a ton with this. with their amazing team. They were very, very supportive of this overall creative direction, of this overall vision, which made everybody's job that much easier. So huge thank you to Scott and Sandy and Nicole and Justin and the entire team over there at Big Machine. Thank you guys so much. And of course, man, huge thank you to Allie, to Bruce, and to everybody on our team at Why and How. So guys, do me a favor. If you guys are enjoying the content, please leave a comment. Please like, please subscribe. You can hit me up on Instagram at Evan Kaufman, Kaufmann. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for watching.